Melvin said.
Melvin went into the table.
He served. It's not part of the work challenge.
Oh, he's on the floor now.
Poor Melvin. Hi, Lau. I see you.
Hello.
Now it's floating way up
No.
high.
Only one of us can be a bird, Wayne.
Hi,
Okay, I'll be
Melvin.
a
Is your
ghost.
mic on?
No, you can't be the bird.
Then what do you want to be?
I don't know. Let me look.
Is my mic on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Can you
All
go
right.
behind a bit?
Let's start. Okay. See, I'm flying.
All right. So can we start? Okay. All right. A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Meet the Artist session for CAWA Malaysia. Today, we will have 6 talented artists with me today who will be speaking about their art pieces and just a casual chat to get to know them better as well. So first, we will kick off this event with Melvin, who is floating.
Hi.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm on
Melvin,
top of you guys. Hi.
how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so Melvin, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Where should I start? Let's start with my doodling art. It's a long time ago. I started doodling in the millennium year 2000, just like scribbling and then just a share leisure time, just doodling, continue doodling for years, and then try it out on the digital. Not until 2019, I heard news about the NFT space, and then that's where I started experimenting all my doodling experience, and then just convert into vector, and then try different kind of style, and then blend it in, and then just basically experiment it.
Oh, okay. So what
Yeah.
made you like join the NFT space?
Why not? That's the right time. Pandemic and everything, and couldn't find a job, and then has a hard time having looking for a job. So why not just concentrate on the art, on the doodling that I've been doing for
Okay.
years? Yeah.
I see. You mentioned that you're doodling art collection, right? And it's called Organicons,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
And you said that it comprises an individual representation of an organic structure. So I would like to
Yeah.
know, like, what are your sources of inspiration when you create these kind of works?
There's no actually a reference that I'm looking at. I just like practicing it with a subconscious mind.
I see. So you kind of just go along with it when you kind of
Yeah.
work on it. Oh, okay.
Just continue
So-
doodling. And recently, I just found out about this kind of art movement. It's called automatic art or automatic drawing.
Oh, what's that? Maybe you can explain it.
Automatic drawing is sort of like a subconscious mind of continue drawing without any restrictions, just free flow.
So that's kind of like your thought process when you're like creating a piece. So you kind of have that just go with the flow.
Yeah, go with
kind
the
of
flow.
mindset.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. So you see the piece behind me is your work that is chosen for this gallery. Can you maybe describe this piece in 3 words?
In 3 words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whimsical, and then trippy, and organic.
Okay. All right. So I see that you have a lot of works in maybe like known origin, Rarible, OpenSea, and also Hikeknut, right?
Yeah.
So how is it
That's
like?
where the NFT started last 2020, September 2020.
So
Is it?
how's your experience so far in the NFT space?
I got to know the super rare, which is I'm late in the game, and then I tried to apply, and they didn't accept me. So I apply for other places like Maker Place, and I seen people like doing a lot of animation, and they tend to move towards the animation side where I start to try on animation.
Mm-hmm. I
And then
actually really like. Yeah. Continue.
Oh, sorry. The only platform that accepted me is Known Origin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I started from there. And then after that, OpenSea, because you don't have to pay the gas fee, which is like USD.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned about animation, right? Because I also saw your recent piece, Light Up, which is also animated.
Oh, yeah.
So was that like your first piece that you have worked on, like animating your piece?
The first animation attempt that I was trying on is the behind that animation.
The
That's
first
what
one
the
that's
first
behind
attempt,
us?
yeah. Then after that will be that light up would be the second, because I try to like make it moving a little bit.
See. So do you do these drawings on an iPad or Photoshop?
In Art Creator.
Oh, okay. That's so cool because
Open
I was
source.
actually looking at your art, and throughout like your previous works, it's really different from the recent one, which is more bright and colorful. So is there like a reason for that change?
The which one you're talking about? The colorful
The
one?
ones,
The
yeah,
bright.
like the ones you have on Known Origin is more like darker and the shapes
Oh
are not
yeah.
very vibrant.
Yeah. Those are from the individual vector where I combine them and then mirror it, and then I change it to black and white and then mix with other color. That's was the first attempt because I've been like converting all my doodle into a vector file.
Okay.
And then I mix and match them, and then quickly do up a animation, see how it goes.
I see. Okay. Well,
So that was the
your
first
recent
attempt.
piece, piece is really cool.
Oh, thank you. Which one? The one in my back or the one with the light up?
Light Up, the one that you did recently.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
are you currently working on new pieces, or are you planning to mint anything new soon?
No, I'm still experiment. I'm trying on the another software called Touch Designer.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Hopefully to get a mixing with my doodling, see how it goes.
Okay. All right. So You guys can check out Melvin, and his artwork behind me will be featured in Gallery C. So that's all I have for you today, Melvin. So thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can check out Melvin's work, and we will have the next artist, who is Wayne. He'll be coming next. Hi, Wayne.
Hello.
Hi, Wayne.
Okay. All right. So how are you today?
I'm doing alright. Am I positioning my avatar correctly? I am currently
Yeah.
a flower.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Nice plant.
Trying to eat the Maggie berries. Nom, 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 nom.
That's so cute.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's Wayne Chu next to me, and his peace smile behind me. So, Wayne. So can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Hello everyone. So I am Wayne. I'm a character artist and digital sculptor that works primarily in entertainment art industry, specifically the video games development scene. So I worked on multiple big titles such as Street Fighter V, Soul Calibur, Little Nightmare, Pokemon Snaps, and recently Baldur's Gate 3. Uh, and I generally work along the themes of like the darker emotions for my personal stuff because I kind of like the like expressing that part of myself through the art book that I make. And yeah,
Oh, okay. You said like your works, right, reside with the world of dark fantasy and surrealism. Like, do you have any specific sources of inspiration from these genres which influence your work?
there's nothing really specific titles from the genres, but I think the reason I say that is because I think like the dark fantasy is like a literary genre that
Mm-hmm.
usually incorporates a lot of like disturbing, more mature themes, and surrealism often deals with uncanny image that kind of portrays a dreamscape of reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I want to think like the work I produce exists somewhere in the middle because of dark fantasy is usually something I do for, say, my professional line of work. And the most realistic aspect is when I experiment on my own free time, doing my own personal art, right? So some example I can maybe give is maybe is Kentaro Moira Berserk, like the striking imagery from the anime. When I watch it during my teenage year, kind of still have like a lingering image of how I perceive certain how I create my taste in art, I guess. And also more recently, it's like Frida Kahlo as well. And a lot of like I'm also like a big fan of a lot of the artwork produced during the Baroque era movement.
Mm. Actually, like because I'm just curious, you actually sculpt like all your artworks, right? Especially for like the Dark Expression series that you put out
Mm,
on Hikekna.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, is your art process when you created that series?
Okay, so it's actually pretty straightforward, right? Most of the stuff that I produced during the expression series is it usually started when I was making some fresh sketches. I usually do this a couple of times every week. So I will produce some really fast sketches within an hour or something to capture a certain feelings or emotion I want to portray. And from there, if I see anything promising that I could pick them up and then go through like a refining and polishing process in ZBrush. And then after that, I will take them into like a lighting scene I created in Marmoset 2 app. And from there, I will proceed for the refinement process even more if I like the direction the way it's going. If it's not something I would like to continue, then I'll just scrap it usually.
Mhm. Was it I'm pretty sure a lot of us have like started something and then it just end up very like horrible, or like we're not feeling it, right? And then you just have to discard it. Like, is there any piece that you really really like and you kind of want to see it to have potential, but then at the end like you kind of discard it? Do you have any pieces that you feel like you should have put it up but then you did not?
I think there's a lot of my pieces, right? Especially from back then when I was making a lot of my art, my personal art projects as mainly as like a portfolio pieces, and um, the I want to have like the finishing quality of those are like in the production standard. So generally, I will spend a lot of time on those, and sometimes a lot of those projects never go through the completions. And time to time, I'll still look back as like, I have a pretty good sculpt here. Should I just continue with the texturing process and stuff like that? But sometimes it's just like, there's a reason why I stopped it. It's because I don't felt as connected with those projects. So I didn't carry those to completions.
Yeah, I understand that as well. All right, so your piece Smile, which is also featured in this gallery, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this piece.
Okay. Uh, so how do I even begin, right? So I think I just want to portray like a certain emotions I had when I was sculpting them, right? And I want to make something that very um, kind of vague and open to interpretations. So I wasn't creating this like in totally like picture design almost, but it's like somewhere in between because if it's a creature design, I will pay more attention to like the anatomical aspect, make it more like really just like a snake creature, right? But I want this to exist somewhere in between, where it's just it looks a little bit uncanny, but and there's a certain eeriness to that uncanny that I wanted to portray as well, right? So and it's kind of like the intention of the piece is still very open to each and everyone's interpretations. So I would actually just want to create like a piece that makes someone to tell me what they think about the story is rather than I overtly tell them what this is.
I see. I think
Yes.
this piece was the first one that I saw like from you. I think when I got into the scene, I remember seeing this piece and I'm like, oh my god, like wow, like that smile, and I didn't know this piece was titled Smile because that was what I see. It's like this creature with this like grin on its face, and it's just like I don't know whether it's like human or what, because it does have that body of a human, and it's really just captivating me. It's like pulling me in and stuff. So I think that was very incredible, like when I saw the piece itself.
Thank you. Like I like to hear that. Thank you very much for sharing.
Okay, so last question I have, which is quite random, and I heard that chicken wings are a source of inspiration for you. So did they somehow boost your creative outlet, or are they like just that good, you know?
Uh, I like the idea of having like a good buffalo wing or like the classic Chinese hawker stall fried chicken wing as like
Uh,
a celebration every time I completed my work or something like that, you know. But I just mainly write that in my profile as like because I think it's like it rhymes, you know, inspired by chicken wings and good things.
okay, so basically, from what we know, when Wayne finishes an artwork, he will go out and celebrate with some chicken wings.
I would like to, but the consistency of me going out for having chicken wing is not there.
Okay, all right. So that is all I have for Wayne. If anyone have any questions, feel free to just jump in. Um,
Oh, I love Maggie goreng mama. Mm. With with the and also like served with the roti banjil. Mm. So with all the it's like roti canai with all the curries on top. Much good.
what's your like drink to go in Mama?
Um, I can't recall actually when's the last what are my typical drinks, but I'll go with teh tarik, you know.
Wow, it has been that long, huh? All right, so that's all I have from Melvin. So thank you so much. You can find his piece in
Oh
Gallery
wait.
B. Oh, sorry, Wayne. Sorry. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Flow the way.
All right, so the next person up will be Gino.
Okay.
All right. Is it possible to hear me? Is it too loud?
It's okay.
All right. All right. All right. So sorry for the delay. So hi, Gino. How are you today?
Great. How about you?
Okay, I'm fine. I'm so sorry for making you wait so long. All
No
right.
worries.
So could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So, hi. My name is Gino Calling. I'm a 3D character artist for video games. I've been a digital artist for 13 years now. Working in the video game industry for 4 years now. I was born in Colombia, but I am German, but I live in Malaysia. I've been living here for the past 4 years as well now. And yeah, I've lived all over the world, many different cities and countries, and yeah, I'm a big fan of this country, so here I am.
Oh, so you moved here because of work or?
Yes,
Uh,
work.
I see. So currently you're working here in Malaysia. All right.
Yes.
So why were you interested in joining like the NFT space, and when did you first, started hearing about it?
I first heard about it early this year. I think what interested me about it was mostly the concept of true artistic freedom, in the sense that I can create personal work and get paid for it. I think it involves a degree of freedom that's not possible at any kind of job. And that got me very excited and made me like look into crypto, just research about it, and yeah, I'm excited for all the possibilities that the space provides. Yep.
I see. So you're only on known origin and Hiccup now?
Yes. For now, I'm only on known origin and Ticket Nook.
I see. So which platform did you start with?
Actually, I started with OpenSea at first, but after a while, I kind of didn't like the UI and how the website was set up. So I took my stuff down from there, moved over to Hicketnunk. Yeah, and also with the whole Tezos thing, I thought it sounded really interesting, so got me excited for it.
All right. So this piece behind me, it's called Hope, right? Can you just describe your piece in maybe 3 words, or if you have a longer explanation, go for it.
Sure. 3 words is kind of hard, especially not using hope as a word to describe it. It's a, I guess, piece that is about finding your light inside the darkness, like, looking at things with a more positive perspective, like even if you're surrounded by a lot of negativity and dark thoughts, that you can still, look at the silver lining of things and yeah, step above everything, like maintaining a clear head and just having like a compass to guide you with.
Yeah, I really like the music that you put out and the mood of the piece. Like I was looking at this piece yesterday and I just couldn't stop replaying it because I don't know. I just feel like it fitted with everything. Like the whole centerpiece as well. It was very, very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I was just curious, right? Because this is also your Genesis piece for known origin, and it's quite different from like the stuff you've put out that I've seen on your social and stuff like that. So was there like a reason for that, like change?
Yes. So I want to keep my known origin pieces, like I want to push myself a bit more artistically. So for the stuff I want to put on known origin and things like that, I want to keep like with animations, with sounds, I want to explore different avenues for my art. On top of that, Hope is a very special piece to me personally, because I started it last year around August, while I was going through a pretty tough time. And then I finished it actually like April this year, where I kind of got out of that hard time. So it has a lot of emotions in there, but it's also still connected to all the other pieces in the sense that, in my mind at least, it forms part of the same universe.
I see. This piece is also part of like Lacerta, right? Is that am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, La Certa.
Yeah, Lacerta. So how's the process like creating this world that you mentioned?
It's pretty tough. It requires a lot of research, not just visually or artistically speaking, but like in terms of philosophies, ideas, sometimes engineering, and even like, script writing, creating characters that are appealing and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background. That I'm still working on. It's like creating the whole infrastructure for it. It's very challenging, but I think it's also the most satisfying thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it's
So yeah.
it's really like I think it's really detailed, like the way that you put out your work, like especially like each piece is so different. So I was just really wondering like how come each piece is so different. Like is it like do they have their own world, or like how do they come together as one? So yeah, that's really interesting. So which one of the ones that you have created for like Larcetta is your favorite, and maybe you can tell us why?
Sure. I think my favorite would be Hope, just because again it holds like strong emotional value for me. And also like to explain a bit about like why each piece is a bit different or like in a different style. So from the 4 Hicket Nung pieces, there's like the 2 more graphic ones, like Dawn of the Kaiser or Quantum Blue. And there's also the more like realistically rendered ones, Ronin and Lumos. The difference is that the more graphic ones to me are like ideas. They're more conceptual. So they're more representative of an idea that I'm building towards for end of the year, while the other ones are fleshed out. So that's why like the picture in my head for them is clearer, and I can render them out in a more realistic level. While for the other ones, I try to capture the essence, and then later on I'm planning to also create the fully detailed pieces like for Lumos and Ronin.
I see. So are you currently working on a new one, like a new piece for Lacerta?
Yes. I'm working on the final graphic piece, because each of them represents like, again, like a different concept, right? Like for Dawn of the Kaiser, it's representing the natural world. So hence like it's a dragon and just like rocks and stuff. For Quantum Blue, it represents the city, machines, and like AI and stuff. And now the final piece that I'm working on, that I guess I can tease a bit here, is about humanity and how it fits in between both of those other 2 worlds. So kind of like, yeah, linking it all together.
I see. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be very excited for that. So you will be minting this piece on Hikatnak or known origin?
It'll also be on Hicket Nunk. I wanna keep all those 3 in the same space. And also I wanna reward people that collect all 3 of them with an extra like personal airdrop later on.
Wow. All right. So That's really cool, and I really like your artwork, especially Hope as well. I think Hope is my favorite one.
Thank you. Glad to hear that.
Okay, so you can find Gino in Gallery B with his piece Hope. So if you have any questions for him, like the floor is open. Okay, anyways, a random question. Have you tried the food from Mamak? Like the ones you have?
Yes. Yes.
Really? So
Actually,
what's your
once a
favorite
week
food?
I go.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Wow.
yeah.
But you can't go now.
There's one like really close to my house, that is still open. Like it's not open, but like it's open enough that I can order something to eat. I can't sit there, but I can like take away. My favorite food I'd say is roti telur, with dal.
Roti telur.
Yeah,
With dal. Okay, that's
I love it.
a classic.
Yeah, it's the best.
Do you order drinks from there, like a teh tarik or something?
If anything, coffee ice, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, big coffee fan.
I see. All right, so that's all I have for you, Gino. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your
you.
work. All right, so
Okay,
we can have the
thanks.
next one here, which will be Cybernerdbaby. Hi. Yeah, we can hear you. Yes. We'll be setting up your Alright, so the next one we have is Cybernerdbaby, who is also a duo. So yeah, I'd like to know more. So maybe you could please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Right, sure. Hi everyone. So first and foremost, we want to extend our gratitude and appreciation to Malaysia NFT, to Moon, Republic Asia, and also a shout out to the cool guys from NFXT for having us and giving us the opportunity to exhibit in a virtual space. And you know, it actually feels amazing to be able to hang out in a virtual mama because it's been like a long time we haven't been outside, so this is really cool. Thanks for having us. So my name is, I'm Space Joe, and this is my partner Cyber, and we are known as Cybernerdbaby. We are based in KL, and we are proud citizens of the cyber future. So we specialize in creating 3D, VR, virtual reality, and AR artworks with science fiction concepts. So we inhabit the metaverse, and our mission is to design a brave new universe, and in that process, help machines to achieve singularity. And on top of that, we are also uncertified futurologists, and we are currently yeah, and we are currently building our own utopian universe of the year 2088. That's why you see my name there. There's 2088, where we are trying to incorporate ideas of human and artificial intelligence symbiosis, merging, yeah, in the most promising way it can be achieved. Yeah. So yeah.
I see. Wow. I'm curious. Is that your 3D asset that you said you bringing along, the one behind you?
Yeah, this is one of it. This is from one of our artworks, but I kind of like to look at it in VR because I don't know, I just love it because it's a cyber manta ray. It's bioelectronically and genetically enhanced marine animal, and it can communicate with machines. So nowadays I'm taking him everywhere I can. It's my
so
pet.
cute.
Thank
It's
you.
really cute. So I was just wondering, when did you guys get started with VR?
Started just I guess at the beginning, or no, at the end of the last year. Yeah, the end of the last year, somewhere in November. And basically we started when Oculus Quest 2 was released and it became very available by price, right? So VR became most accessible, I guess, at this time. And like both of us got the headsets and got onto VR and VR software and VR designing software. And I don't know, we were just so amazed. We decided that this is the thing we're going to be doing, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've actually tried VR, like creating art and stuff. It's actually very difficult. Like I had so much trouble controlling the controllers to make something. So I was just wondering, like, were there any challenges when you create your VR pieces, especially when you first started out?
Surprisingly, and like you said, it was difficult. Surprisingly, it was so easy for me to get into this because I can get in the same space with my own asset, with my character or with my environment, and I can like move around there, and I can see my design from every angle, and it's just so easy to create or design something in VR because it's so intuitive. But of course, there's a challenge, and the challenge is VR design is quite a new thing, and software is kind of also new. Most of it were like released maybe this year or last year or like few years ago at maximum, right? So the most challenging part is how do you call it? Integration of one workflow into another workflow, like integration of gravity sketch models I'm making into Blender and then to Substance Painter to paint them later and all of that, you know. So I would say it's to making the pipeline with VR incorporated in it. That was the most challenging part.
So how long does it take you to create like your art piece? I was just wondering.
Let me see, maybe a week. I work very fast. I don't know how it happens, but like a week and maybe a week to render it if it's a video, if it's an animation, because I render in cycles and I just like it to be more or less photorealistic, so it takes time to render, you know, like all the frames.
So, what about the piece behind me? Is it how long did it take?
Well, this one, it's like beginning of my 3D. I would say it was like maybe the fifth piece I created in 3D at all, and it took me, I guess, like a few days because it is a steel and I didn't need to render the frames. It's just one frame.
I see. Okay, so since we're talking about this piece, maybe you can tell me more about, you know, like the story behind it and maybe the process of creating this piece.
Well, before we started making things for VR, I was really fascinated by like aliens landing on our planet, you know, and how it would look. And I was playing with some thought experiments in my head, and I think that was inspired by Arrival. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so you can see there's a KLCC back there. Actually, I modeled the KLCC and I put it out there. So it's kind of will look a little bit similar to KL, but I know it's different. It's kind of a dystopian version. But yeah, basically, several pieces I created about some aliens landing on our planet.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't notice this KLCC. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
it's on the background, so it will be not so much in the face, you know. It will be like a subtle touch.
See. Yeah, I really like the tones as well. Like, why did you make it? Maybe is there a reason why it was orange or?
Well, there is a very simple reason, as it was just fifth by count an artwork I created in 3D. I thought I didn't have my own original concepts much back then, unlike now. So I just was thinking it could be nice to have something looking like Blade Runner 2049, you know. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made things in the same color palette.
I see. Okay, so you guys are a duo, right? So maybe how did you like work together and like meet to form Cybernerdbaby?
You know, take this.
Yeah, right. So we met, both of us met in a photography exhibition last year, in September. So back then, I mean, each artist would give a talk about the project that they're working on, like what we're doing now. So I was giving a talk about my project that's about space, and Cyber was one of the audience there. And after the talk, she came to me, and then we start to get to know each other. And then moving forward from that, we kept in touch, and we discovered that we had a lot in common, especially on our interests about. First of all, it's about space, and then about the future, about utopia, about AI, technology, about science, and everything. So then we also share a lot about our interests, our passion, and we realize that we are actually very similar and alike. So we decided that since we are both in the creative industry, and we love what we do, why not we join forces together and create something that we have always been dreaming of. And that's how we got together and came up with Cybernerdbaby.
Oh, so you guys work like together as when you guys go into VR, you guys work on the art piece together at the same time?
No, we have kind of a workflow separation. I take some software, he takes another software like this. But we work on the same piece. It's just we're doing different things with it. And this way it becomes faster, kind of, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe a last question do I have is maybe you can tell us your sources of inspirations. I know you have inspiration from movies like space movies and everything. So maybe tell us a little bit more of what gets you inspired to make artwork like this.
We want to create I don't know about this artwork because it was quite far long ago, but like what we're doing now, we want to create our own utopian universe. So like every art piece we're going to be doing is going to be the part of this universe, like this manta ray, cyber manta ray. Yeah. So,
cute.
Yeah, so thank you. So we're going to be we're going to be continuing with our universe where we will bring machines and humans together. What's the question?
Yeah, uh, yeah, we are developing a new project that is ongoing. We can share now. The project is called Metaverse 2088. It's an ongoing project and is going to be featuring a lot of new and current technology that we envision that will exist. And
Not only we envision, actually, there's several famous corporations which work on this technology currently, and we envision how it's going to develop and integrate in our life and future.
yeah.
So it's not like we're coming up with everything ourselves. We're trying to be futurologists.
Mhm.
So this new project you have, you'll have like different humans and stuff like that. Is that right? Did you
Yeah.
guys mention? Oh, okay, that's really cool. I think I've never really seen anyone doing whatever you guys are doing in Malaysia, because you guys said you guys are like the first VR artists here, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's true. No one else creates in VR. As far as I know.
Okay, so I'll look forward to that project of yours. So I think that's all I have. So maybe just a random question, like maybe you can tell us what's your favorite order from Mama?
You can take this. You know our favorite orders.
Yeah, so our usual is we go for nasi goreng Cina. And for me, roti telur. And our favorite drinks is teh ice, always. That's our inspirational drink.
Have you guys tried nasi goreng kampung?
Yes.
Oh, I prefer that one over China because I like the taste of it. Okay, so I think that's all I have for Cyber in Space, Joe. But I'd like to congrats on because you guys got selected, right, for CAWA auction.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'd like to congratulate you guys. That's huge for you.
Thank you.
So all right,
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming here and telling us a little bit more about yourself. And yeah, I think everyone can go around and see your little cute friend here.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so the next one we have will be TJ.
Maybe I can scale it up.
I'm a bird.
You look like one.
Oh my god, the music.
It's quite loud.
Yeah,
You can make it
sorry.
less.
We just post a JPEG.
Wait, let me sit down. Okay, all right.
Yeah, maybe
So hi,
it's
TJ.
better. Yeah, maybe better without the music.
Is the music?
Oh my
Is the
god.
music? It's fine. Moon, can you still hear us with the music?
Throw
You
in the
can, right?
rubbish.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
that's better.
Okay. So, yep, we have TJ here. Hi, TJ.
Hi, I'm a
You're
bird.
messing around. Yeah, I know. I can't speak bird, so I'll just speak with English. Is that fine with you?
That's very disrespectful.
I'm sorry, but there's no other birds that I know of that can conduct this interview. So I'll just move on, okay?
Okay.
All right. So TJ, maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm TJ. I'm a concept artist working in Oh, we're all in Malaysia. Yeah, we're all Malaysians. Yeah. Now, I used to work in the studio. Now I'm just freelancing, working from home. So
Creating your own
I
pieces.
no, no, working for clients. So
Okay.
I work for a lot of big game companies. Like in my old studio, we did jobs for like Blizzard, Naughty Dog, EA, what else? Yeah, a lot of big clients. And then recently I've been working for this outsourcing studio called One Pixel Brush, and also another one, Hong Kong Conduit Blanche. And yeah, like yeah, also working on a lot of big projects, like some upcoming some games that are coming up soon are like Back for Blood. The others I cannot say yet.
Are
Yeah,
you
so
like
it's
a
just
one-man show for your studio?
Oh no, yeah, all the studios have like many artists. I'm just like a freelancer.
So you just chime in and just work on the projects together with the rest.
Yeah, most of the time I work alone. Sometimes we have to work together.
Okay. So how did you get involved in the NFT space?
So I've been observing the NFT space like since it blew up, like since people saw his NFT. That was like last year, September, no, end of last year, right? And so
Yeah.
I've just been observing it since then. So it took
So
a
then
while before I got in.
Which platform did you start with? Was it Makerspace?
Yeah, I started first in Maker's Place. Then I minted another piece on Foundation just to try out. Yeah, both of them haven't sold yet.
Oh, okay. But I really like your Boba Punk. I think a lot of people know your piece, the Boba Punk, right?
Okay, thank you.
So maybe you can describe your piece, Boba Punk, for us.
What the 3 words?
You can come up with the 3 words. It's fine.
So Boba Punk was like, I had this idea for a while. Like it's just someone drinking some neon glowing boba tea, and then like it's just going down the throat, and you can see the throat glowing. And, like all the drinks are glowing and cyberpunk, and a lot of flashy colors and they added music into it. So like, I would describe it like radioactive, neon, funky.
How long did you take to create this piece? Because I do see there's like a lot of details that you put in.
I worked on it on and off for like over a month, just slowly. But I think if I just do the whole thing, maybe it'll take less than 2 weeks to finish it. But yeah, it's a lot of. I tried a lot of stuff also. Like at first I didn't plan to making it animated. Then I thought, okay, might as well try to animate it a bit. Then I animated stuff in the background and then do some flashing lights and a lot of effects. Then I added music to it, like got some royalty. I paid some for some music and put it in.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you made the music, which is pretty cool. Like,
No, I can't do that.
maybe you can ask Ari to teach you. Teach me. All right. So through your works, right, I can see that you like experimenting with different genres. So which work of yours is by far your favorite to work on, and maybe why?
Like, is it just on my Minter works or my portfolio?
Your portfolio.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with like where like you just build a whole set, right? Like there's a lot of stuff to design. Like I did this piece like called the Atlas Bar, which is actually based on the real Atlas Bar in Singapore. So this just like a project where I just try to copy it, but I also change a few things here and there. And then I really like the Art Deco aesthetic, so it's quite fun to design as well. And then there's a
Yeah, continue.
So then like another piece I did was like Rest Stop, where I also designed like a whole set, which like inspired by Star Wars type of work. It's like a rest stop in the middle of the desert, and there's a lot of scrap everywhere. And there's like a grill and a barbecue, and like a sci-fi vending machine. All this stuff is quite fun to do.
For your Atlas Power project, right? When I first saw it, it actually reminded me of this movie. I forgot the title, but it's the movie where they were all in space, and then like one person woke up, and then there was this bar with like a robot. Do you remember that movie? And then he woke a girl up. Do you know that movie?
Yeah, I think the one with Jennifer Lawrence, right, and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, that bar scene, and I thought when I saw your work, it reminded to me of
Passengers,
of
right?
Yeah, the Passenger side. So
yeah, I didn't watch it. I just
the bar is very similar to your work, and I thought it was you that kind of did that. So yeah, so it was really good.
Okay,
so,
I need to look it up.
So, is there anything you're currently working on? Like
now I'm just doing my freelance work now. A lot of work. Once I clear up my work, then I want to focus on my personal stuff.
Okay. So we'll just wait for your schedule to be cleared so we can see your next piece.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll wait for that.
So is there anyone who has questions for TJ?
Yes. How long have you been a concept artist, TJ? And when did you get into art?
I started my first job in December 2015 until now. So it's like, oh my god, how long is that? Almost 6 years.
Do you ever like get tired of it? Like, do you ever feel drained from your work?
I guess I was feeling bored in my old job, like not challenged anymore. So I had to leave it. And then now my job is a lot more fulfilling, more challenging.
Okay. All right. So the last question is basically you can tell us what's your go-to order in the mama.
Mi goreng ayam.
Goreng ayam.
And used to be there, now it's kopi ice.
Okay. I don't think I know anyone that eats mi goreng in mama. I don't know.
Oh, mi goreng in mama is different. Okay.
Really? It's just so oily.
No, sorry, not mi goreng, Maggi goreng. Maggi goreng, not mi.
Maggi goreng. Okay, that's different then.
I don't like the meat.
All right. Okay. So that's all I have for TJ, and you can find his work in Gallery C. So thank you, TJ, for coming up as a bird. Maybe you can be friends with the cyber. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So our last
look like right now?
You look like your avatar.
Oh, I do? Oh, okay, that's great. I'm trying to turn around. Just be patient with me. I'm extremely laggy. What do you say, Princess? The struggle is real, guys. I'm floating too high, right? All right.
All right, so sorry for the delay, everybody, but here is Rochelle, our last artist for today.
Hi
Hi,
guys.
Rochelle.
Hello.
All right, so maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right. So I'm Rochelle. I'm an artist from Malaysia, like everybody else here. I used to work in advertising. I was in Leo Burnett for a while, and I worked on brands like BMW, Mastercard, Samsung, McDonald's, and I also did a little bit of concept art freelance for films. So personally, I dabble in a lot of forms of art, whether it's drawing, music, photography, writing, modeling. I do all these, not 3D modeling, but like modeling, like taking pictures, modeling. Yeah. So I do see like I do feel like everything in this world is art. That's why I personally enjoy all forms of art, really. And there's this thing I like to say that all of me is an instrument, and everything I do is an art. So yeah. And my hobbies are gambling, smoking, and boba, drinking boba. So the crypto world was kind of perfect for me because I like gambling. So yeah. Thank you for featuring me here today, guys.
Wow, you have so many talents. Like, to be honest, like you do so many forms of art. Like I've heard your singing. I was reading your portfolio. Like the art that you do, it's everything is just so different. So you're also kind of like similar to TJ. Like you like to experiment with a lot of different things in
Yes.
terms of digitally, right?
Uh-huh.
So what is your creative process like when you create detailed pieces like this?
What's my creative process like? I would say the first step is, which is the most important step, is visualizing the concept of what I want to create. The story and the feelings that I want to invoke from my pieces is the most important part for me, and that's really the first step. So I will have to have an idea of what I want to create, and then like because like when we do NFTs or illustration, basically, we only have one image to work with. Even if it's animated, uh, it's just one picture. It's not a movie. It's not a manga, right? It's not something that can that has a series of it's not a lengthy format. It's just a single image. So like really, I guess encompassing that a picture speaks a thousand words thing is what I want to try to achieve. Yeah. So yeah. So like when I get the idea of what I want to create, the first sketch would be the most important part, where I have to think of the composition, the facial expressions, the colors I choose, and everything, so that that feeling that I want to invoke in people can come true through my art. Mm. And then after that, I would just add in the little details. So like if you see in Lady Luck, there are a lot of memes in the background, like a little Easter egg. Yeah, this piece is very me. You can see the smoking and the gambling. Yeah, there are memes in the background. I enjoy humor a lot. There's like doggy over there, and the girl pointing at the white cat, but Japanese version. That's all. Yeah. So that's my
So
process.
I see. So this piece, Lady Luck, it's kind of like a portrait of yourself, or is there like a story behind it? Maybe you can describe it for us.
Oh yeah, it's really just it's very me. It's just all the things that I love, and I think every piece of art that I ever create, I I'm incapable of creating something that I don't genuinely feel for, that I don't genuinely really like, whether it's the topic, the subject matter, the style. So I can't actually um, like do something just because it's trending, just because it's to appeal to an audience. Usually, I would just create something that's very personal to me, that speaks to me.
So do you have any sources of inspiration in like creating your work?
Sources of inspiration, a lot really, and there's this quote that I like very much from Chuck Palahniuk. He said that nothing of me is original. I am the combined effort of everything I've ever known. And I really believe this. Yeah, I feel like all my life experiences that has accumulated and all my interests, I have a deep interest in philosophy and psychology and music. So a lot of my inspiration comes from these things. Like if I'm listening to a song and the parts in the lyrics or the melody that would invoke something in me, and I would be able to visualize that feeling, and that is what I translate into my art.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, I when I look into like looking into your work and everything, I can tell that everything you make is really personal, right? So then I kind of came across your webtoons that you made, and they're really, really beautiful. Like I went through
Thank
all
you.
of those. Like,
oh shit, you went through all that's a lot.
yeah, I did, because I was like going through everyone's work, so I can ask them all the specific questions. So
Wow.
yeah, so it was really personal for you to kind of put your story out there. And what was it like to create personal pieces and like put them out there?
You really did your research, but, but yeah. Yeah, my webtoons were very personal to me, especially the newest one. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. That is a quote from Kurt Vonnegut's book. Actually, I really adore that man, and I think it's such a beautiful quote. That isn't really true, right? Because everything hurts and nothing is beautiful sometimes. but yeah, but everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. That was one of the most personal webtoons I did, because that was just literally like a journal of my life, my relationships, my thoughts, my feelings, and even the other ones that are like Piper or Enigma Wonderland, they're not about me as closely as Everything Was Beautiful. Oh my god, my title is really long. Anyway, yeah, but there's still really things I love. Like Enigma Wonderland is about it's a murder mystery, and I really love these things. Like questioning the human psyche and psychology, and for yeah, and for but what I have found that I really what I found is that when I first when I first did Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt, it was really for myself. The first few chapters, I just drew it for myself. It's like a journal. I wanted to document my experiences, and then I spoke with my boyfriend at the time, and and I had the idea like, would it be okay if I just posted this online? And to be honest, I was quite scared in the beginning because it was really personal, and I didn't know what people would think about it. But I did it anyway, and surprisingly, that webtoon had the best reception I had ever gotten. Yeah, it really blew up. So I do feel like when an artist creates something that speaks true to them, that's really, really, that's really genuine. It surprisingly would speak to people. You might think that people, I don't know, like, and I got these comments from the webtoon itself that really meant a lot to me. Like people telling me that they have, like my work has impacted them in like they, some people going through the same problems, or some people, some people going through the same problems or experiencing same things, having these feelings that they did not know how to verbalize, or they did not really, they were confused and everything. And by reading my manga, some of them actually felt better. Some people were able to come to terms with their own emotions. Some were able to solve their problems, or some just didn't feel so alone anymore. And I think that was really one of the most rewarding experiences. Oh.
Yeah, I think when you create like very personal pieces, and it's actually very vulnerable for us to kind of put it out there on the internet, but I think that kind of work would genuinely like resonate with the most, because people will just see through like, oh my god, like I feel the same way, because you create that through your feelings, which is what people would have felt as well if they're in our current position,
Oh,
I really
exactly.
like that. Yeah, so do you have any advice to those that are having trouble, getting out of their comfort zone, or like they're just afraid of getting too personal with their artworks?
I would say I understand that for many people, maybe they're afraid of getting too personal with their artwork because they are afraid of being judged. Maybe they're afraid that I think this way, and if I put it out in the world, would people cancel me? Would they not like my opinions? Would they not like the kind of person I am, or would they just think I'm boring? Do I have nothing to say? And that's why oftentimes I see people who just create things, maybe things that they think will sell. And I think going into something with that kind of mentality is not very healthy for yourself. You would get burnout very easily because you're always trying to chase market trends, or you're trying to make something cool for someone else. So being able to, just genuinely do something that really means something to you, really means something to you. Like look at Lady Luck. It's my vices, right? It's just my vices. Like perhaps these are things that some people would like to hide from people, like, oh, I don't want people to judge me. Yeah, but I guess that's what I would advise, that everybody has a story, even if you think you're boring, like you have nothing to say. That the collective experience that you have, and your hobbies and your interests and the movies you've watched and the songs you've listened to and your upbringing and everything, this collective experience is unique to you and you alone. And no one else in the world has that. And with that experience, you can tell something that only you can tell. And you can do that through your art. And I think it would be great if, people who wanted to do that felt brave enough to do it. Yeah. It's sort of like, I would say, rather than, I hope that people can have that feeling of, rather than running away from something they fear, they can feel like they're running towards something that they love. Yeah.
Right, that's actually good advice, and I think hearing from you, like because you kind of tell everybody, like you like smoking, gambling. I think a lot of people are just afraid to put themselves out there, as like you do. So I think that's something that I would also want to learn, because sometimes when I put my works out there, it might seem a little bit scared to kind of put it out there, because I'm scared like what if people judge me and stuff, like which was what you mentioned earlier. So I hope that I would remember that. So yeah, so the last question, to keep it more light. So yeah, so what's your go-to order for when you go to the mamak?
Right. Okay. Maggie goreng and Milo ice.
All right, so not mee goreng, right?
No, not mee goreng, definitely not. And specifically the store in SS15. If anyone knows that store.
Which one? There's so many.
There's the mama that has 2 stories. I forgot what it's called. Was it Darul Salam or something? I think.
Oh, it's been a long time since I went to SS15. It's like a ghost town now.
Yeah. Everywhere's a ghost town now because of the lockdown. So.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, Rociel, for being here, and everyone. You can find her work in Gallery A. And yes, so that is all for today. We have 6 incredible, talented artists that was up here telling us about their work. So thank you so much. And yeah, so Yeah, so it was an incredible session today and hope to see you again tomorrow. And do make sure to sign the guest book next to the main lobby. And you might stand a chance to win something from us. So, yeah. Thank you already and have a great day ahead. Bye.
Bye.